Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. Samudar Pratap Singh. A major security breach has happened at Bollywood actor Saif Ali Khan's residence. He was attacked by an intruder with a knife at his home in Mumbai's Bandra area. A police official has revealed that an unidentified intruder broke into the actor's residence and got into a scuffle with him. Some family members were present at the time. Khan suffered knife injuries but is reportedly out of danger. CCTV visuals of the unidentified intruder who repeatedly stabbed actor Saif Ali Khan inside his house have been traced and 10 teams have been formed to investigate the incident. Let's take a look meanwhile at Saif Ali Khan's residence. Alright, let's quickly go to these visuals full frame if we can, and you can see over here this is Satguru Sharan, Saif Ali Khan's residence. It's of course in Bandra in Mumbai. It's a posh neighborhood, it's an upscale neighborhood, and Saif Ali Khan resides along with his wife Karina and children in this very residence. You can see here this is the building, of course, on the middle of your screens there, and it's a 12th floor building. It's on St. Teresa Road. It's number 162, in fact, St. Teresa Road. You can see there it's such a high building, of course, and Saif Ali Khan resides on the topmost floors of the building, the 11th and 12th floor. It's a 12th floor building, so he's right at the top, of course, which is why entry, of course, would have been very, very difficult for any intruder from outside the building. Meanwhile, you can see, of course, over here it's about a 10,000 square feet apartment. It's valued at about 100 crore rupees. It's spread over 2 floors. It also has a swimming pool there, as you can see on the top of the terrace. It's visible, of course, when you take that top-down approach, and this shot, of course, clearly shows that. It also has no buildings too close to it. It's not a very congested neighborhood. So you can see that the adjoining buildings are at a bit of a distance, which is why again the theory that someone could have jumped from another building into theirs also looks a bit sketchy. Meanwhile, this is of course Saif Ali Khan's residence from in front. You can see that the name Satguru Sharan is right there. The left is the wooden gate, which is where you enter from, and there are also 4 car parks which are on the ground floor of this building. So there's no apartment on the ground floor of the building. There are just there's just an area for car parking, and of course also the entrance to the building is the lift lobby is from this very floor. Now this is of course his residence. As you can see, a visual of inside the residence. It's of course a very plush residence. It's a 5-bedroom apartment that the actor has. You can see here a picture of one of the bedrooms. A lot of photos, of course, of the Khan family are there in these visuals. This is another inside shot of the living room, and you can see there Karina along with her sister Karishma Kapoor and friends Malaika Arora and Amrita Arora at a previous occasion. But this is of course a visual of the residence from inside, how it looks like, the living room area. Remember, of course, a couple of bedrooms are on one floor and a couple of bedrooms are on the other. It's believed that the intruder had tried to break in to the younger son's residence when Saif Ali Khan woke up and went to confront him. This you can see is the gymnasium or the yoga room. It's the exercise room where Saif, of course, along with one of his sons, is pictured doing some exercising. It also has a terrace balcony. You can see over here it has multiple terrace balconies because he's of course on the top floor, and here's Karina pictured along with Karishma Kapoor, her sister, at one of the terrace balconies, of course, previously. Meanwhile, there's also a swimming pool that the actor has, and that could be seen, of course, also in a previous picture that we showed you of how the residence looks like from the top. The terrace, of course, has the swimming pool as well. There's also a library and a music room. Saif Ali Khan is often seen here reading books. He's a reader. You can see, of course, a lot of books as well in this room. This is the library room at Saif Ali Khan's residence, where he, of course, was attacked last night. Meanwhile, this is the kitchen. This is the kitchen you can see over here inside the residence. And there's a corridor, of course, over here. This is the corridor where there are a lot of pictures as well. This is Karina pictured here on a previous occasion, and you can see, of course, this is the corridor which leads from one room to the other in the residence. It's a duplex, There are 2 floors, and of course that's where Saif and Kareena reside along with their children. You can also see another picture here of Saif along with his children, Taimur J, and also Sara Ali Khan and Ibrahim Ali Khan. This is them pictured in the living room area, and this apartment was reportedly designed by Darshini Shah. It was purchased in April 2012, so they've been living here for about 12 years now. The actor couple bought it for 23.5 crore rupees. You can also see here, there's a picture of them in that room, which has a library as well behind them. Also, there's about 6,508 square foot carpet area. Here's a picture of Kareena Kapoor's mother, Babita, along with them. And Karishma is also present here in this photo. This is again the drawing room area that can be seen. Again, this is one of the balconies, and there's a picture of Saif along with his son. The rate was also very, very high. It was an upscale apartment, an upscale neighborhood. The rate is approximately 70,000 rupees per square foot. Also, a stamp duty of 1.17 crores is there for this apartment. And again, there's a picture of Kareena in another part of their residence with a terrace balcony outside as well. You can see here picture of Saif and his family, Sara and Ibrahim, and of course also Kareena. And it took reportedly 4 years to renovate. This is another picture of a balcony. Remember, it was believed that Saif Ali Khan was sleeping. He woke up with the commotion because the maid, the domestic help, had reportedly confronted this assaulter when he was trying to enter Jay's residence. Jay is the youngest son of Saif and Kareena, and that is when, of course, Saif Ali Khan went, confronted him, blocked his entry. A scuffle took place, and Saif Ali Khan was stabbed multiple times, got injured. Joining us live at this point is Prine Dshit, former DGP Maharashtra. Prine Dshit, very, very shocking incident coming to light from Mumbai. Saif Ali Khan stabbed at his own residence in this manner. What do you make of it, and what now needs to be the priority of the Mumbai police as they try and catch the accused as soon as possible?
No, it is definitely a very shocking incident. There's no doubt about it. And we hope that the accused, since it has been now identified through the CCTV, would be also arrested very shortly. The teams are also on the ground for ensuring it. But the fact of the matter is that in a high-scale society, as you mentioned, where there is a strong security and a very good gate at the ground floor, this person appears to have entered under some pretext, maybe more than 2-3 hours during the daytime. And once he was inside for some justified cause or whatever it may be, the guards have been taken totally unaware. The guards are not in the picture at all. Then he reaches at around, as you said, at 2 o'clock or 2:30 in front of this gate of the flat. And it is not very clear how the maid inside or somebody has opened the gate. And through this regular gate of the flat, the person has entered. After he has entered, then this maid servant seems to be puzzled, and there is a scuffle, as you mentioned, which broke out, and it was followed by the visit by Saif in that room, and he was attacked. So I find that this is a security breach at every level. Number one, if the person has entered the building during the daytime, and there is a certain number of hours for which he might have been permitted. But in spite of that, when he has not left it, suspicion would have arisen, or somebody should have checked up, where is this person who has entered but not left. Number two, after this incident also, there seems to be no communication between the security gate and guards and the flat, or the persons in the flat. And as a result, after the incident, the accused manages to get out and go out through the regular gate comfortably without anybody asking him or frisking him. That is also not very clear. though it is doubtful whether he was a person from outside or one of the security guards only, or somebody who was inside the building for some reason and was very well aware who is who, where is who is staying where, and what kind of robbery, if he wanted to do, should be able to do it. So it seems to be quite puzzling that at every place or every level, the security has been breached. I hope the guard is the person who is the accused, who is in this particular incident, is arrested at the earliest. But meanwhile, once Mr. Saif is in a position to speak, he will throw more light on it, maybe in a couple of days. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Ellen Rao, former DCP Special Delhi Police, also is joining us now live. Ellen Rao, many different pieces to the puzzle. They need to be pieced together. How did the person get entry into the apartment? Was it a friendly entry? Was it an inside job? How did the person have access to the building? This was a high-profile building, obviously an upscale neighborhood, as I've just stated earlier. What was the motive of the crime? How did the person manage to escape without, getting apprehended earlier? These are all big questions that will need to be answered, Ellen Rao. Even as, of course, we continue to track the health update. Thankfully, Saif Ali Khan is out of danger, but obviously his recovery now will be slow and steady.
Yes, good evening to you all. And it's really a very serious incident and needs answer all those questions which we have raised right now. But at this stage, I think that the investigation is going on, and the real answers and the correct answers will be revealed by the police only. But on the face of it, and according to the circumstances which you have explained in the beginning of this debate, then it may be it's our duty to imagine what could have been happened. But keeping in view all the facts and circumstances, it appears to me that it may be a friendly entry, because there is no forceful entry possible there in that high security building of that complex. And that friendly entry is only possible way out, that maybe because of any servant, domestic servant or maid or anybody else. But definitely it seems to be that. And the second question which you asked, that how he can escape, that is also very serious lapses. I think that while escaping, he might have been captured by the CCTV cameras. Definitely in this type of building and the society, there are so many CCTV cameras which can capture all images which are being happened there. But initially, I think that it's very good news that Mr. Saif Ali Khan is recovering and he is out of danger. And it's all wishes of all his well-wishers in all our country. But this is a really serious incident which caused serious repercussions on the police presence in that area, and no fear of law in that in this high-profile society that may be treated as capital of Hollywood. That Bandra area is such a posh locality, and in such a posh locality, if somebody can dare to enter forcibly with some intention of committing crime. And no doubt he had some intention of committing crime, because he used that knife which might have been brought by him with him. In case of eventuality, he could have used that knife, and he did it also. And serious injuries were inflicted on Saif Ali Khan. So without having any preparation, he was with a preparation, and having preparation and coming to such a high security area, that is also a serious issue which can be answered by the police. Why that police presence during night? Because generally, as per my experience, I can tell you that in the areas like this, there is a very intensive police patrolling during night also, and the presence of PCR vans, presence of other nakabandi, you can say, that is the checkpost on every important intersections. On the checkpost is also there. But how this person could not be detected by the police patrolling party or the Naka parties, that is really a big question to be answered by the police of Maharashtra and the local police of that area. So let us hope for the best that the investigation results are definitely being relayed very soon, because as soon as this person is arrested, his intention and motive, actual motive, what is the actual motive, that will be revealed during to the investigating officers, and accordingly the investigation will be carried out, and that it will be known to all concerned, including the media.
Let me in fact also quickly rope back in at this point our other guest who continues to be with us as well, Prine Dshit. Prine Dshit, because at the end of the day, of course, it is now going to have to be looked at as to whether the motive was simply robbery, theft, or whether it was something far more sinister. Was it a pre-planned, meditated crime? Was a recce done of Saif Ali Khan's residence? How did the accused get friendly entry if they did? There is also a report that the accused could possibly be related to one of the domestic helps of Saif Ali Khan. That is also something that is now going to be looked at very, very closely by the Mumbai police. Prine Dshit?
Yes, please.
Sir, did you hear my question?
Yeah, now you have rightly mentioned that all these possibilities will be examined in detail. The maid has been already interrogated, and she has filed the FIR. Now she has been allowed to leave, I was told. But she will be perhaps questioned further to find out the details. And police will also find out whether the person has been visiting his building or his apartment earlier as well. It may be quite possible that he is totally familiar with the scenario, and that's why the security guards have not intercepted him while entering as well as departing from the building. But then the question remains that at that time of incident, so like he might have escaped at around 3 o'clock in the night. Now the security guard should have raised an alarm that who is this person at this time, how is he managing to go out, and various things. And if that has not happened, then certainly it has to be checked thoroughly.
Yes, that is also something, of course, that is going to have to be checked thoroughly. And normally, Prine Dshit, these high-profile buildings have multiple CCTV cameras, isn't it? Probably in the lift lobby, sometimes on different floors as well. Also, of course, at the entrance gate as well. Also, the adjoining buildings will have CCTVs as well. Perhaps the street itself has CCTV cameras as well. Isn't that correct, Prine Dshit?
There should have been the CCTV cameras on the steps as well, I would say. If not on every step, at least every floor, or at least since it is a duplex, at least once in 2 floors, the CCTV should have been there, which should identify. Now they say that the person has been identified by the CCTV on 6th floor. So perhaps he might have taken the lift up to 6th floor, and from there he might have taken the steps. But things are not clear. But one thing is sure, that the gate has been opened by the maid, either knowingly or unknowingly, and without checking the antecedents of this person, or without bothering why he has come. I'm sure there must have been already a safety door as well, in addition to the regular gate. And the safety gate was also, it seems, not having any difficulty for his entry, as well as him to get in.
Yes. Also, of course, quickly now drawing in Ellen Rao onto this conversation. Ellen Rao, now also, of course, it's going to have to be looked at very, very closely as to the motive of the crime as well. There are some speculation also now coming to light that if it was a premeditated, plan to assault Saif or his family, what was the reason for this individual to do so?
Yes. Exact motive can be established once the person is apprehended, and I have very much, I'm very much sure that he will be apprehended as soon as possible, because I have full faith in the investigating skill of the Mumbai police. And once he is arrested, then definitely actual motives will be known. But we can speculate what could have been. But it may be a motive that he might have entered in this house not to attack Saif Ali Khan, but to commit some theft or something, some robbery or something, stealing something. But as soon as he was apprehended, or he was tried to apprehended by Saif Ali Khan on listening to the scuffle with the maid servant, then he might have, in his own self-defense, he might have used that knife. Apparently, that in such type of cases, the criminal carry any weapon with them just at the time when they are being apprehended or there is any danger to them, then they use that weapon. Not. It seems that that the motive of this person was not to having assault on Saif Ali Khan, but definitely he might have come to steal something, or some other motive also maybe. But definitely, apparently it cannot be, because he was not aware where the Saif Ali Khan will be sleeping at that time. And if he had gone directly to the Saif Ali Khan's room, had he known, was he known to that person, then that motive could have been established, that he came there just to stab or assault Saif Ali Khan. But it is not so, because Saif Ali Khan came to him to attack him. Only that he was the Saif Ali Khan was attacked by the knife. It shows that the motive was not to directly kill or attempt to kill Saif Ali Khan, but in the process of stealing or saving himself,
Okay.
that accused might have used that weapon.
All right.
That
My
is-
thanks to our guests for joining us on the broadcast.